Security might sound scary, but it's really just about being smart and staying one step ahead of the bad guys. In this video, I'll break down how to keep your web apps safe and sound. I'll share some practical tips laid out in a way that's easy to follow. 15 tips for secure programming, your go-to guide for building secure web apps. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to this channel and click the alert button. That way, when I release more videos and more tips like this, you will get notified. If you are excited to diving deeper into the world of modern software engineering from architecture to cloud and security, check out my video courses where I explore these concepts further and tackle real-world challenges. The link to the courses is in the video description below. And here is a bonus. Subscribe to my newsletter and you will get free and discount access to my video courses. First tip, validate input like skeptic. Never trust what users enter into your app. It could be innocent or it could be a grenade. Always validate and sanitize input. For example, if someone's typing username, make sure they are not sneaking in. Use the HTML special chars function in PHP to sanitize user input. In Java, use library like the OWASP Java encoder. Tip number 2. Keep your secrets secret. Passwords, API keys, and database credentials don't belong to your codebase. Sensitive stuff like passwords should never be cached. Use environment variables to store them securely. And for the love of everything, don't push secrets to GitHub. Bots will grab them faster than you can delete the commit. Tip number 3. Parameterized queries are your best friend. SQL injection is like leaving your front door wide open. Use parameterized queries or ORM tools to lock that door tight. If you are concatenating user input into your SQL queries, you are practically inviting trouble. Here is how it looks in some common languages. In Python, you can use SQLite or any database API compliant library. And this is a Java example with JDBC. Tip number 4. Escape output to diffuse attacks. Whenever you show user-provided content on your web app, escape it properly. This stops cross-site scripting or XSS attacks in their tracks. Use the escaping features of your framework or libraries. It's easier than doing it by hand. Here is an example of how you can treat user input as plain text, not executable code. This is a JavaScript example using DOM API with escaping. And this one is a Python example with Flask. Tip number 5. Always hash passwords. If you are storing passwords in plain text, stop watching and fix that immediately. Use a strong hashing algorithm like bcrypt or script. Don't try to build your own crypto solution. It's harder than it looks, and nobody likes reinvented wheels that break. Tip number 6. Keep dependencies fresh. Outdated libraries are a hacker's playground. Keep your dependencies updated and use tools like npm audit or pip audit to catch vulnerabilities. Old packages might seem harmless, but they could carry known exploits. Tip number 7. Use HTTPS everywhere. If your app doesn't use HTTPS, you are basically shouting sensitive data across a crowded room. It's free with services like Let's Encrypt, so there is no excuse not to. Here is an example on how to redirect to HTTPS in Node.js with Express. Tip number 8. Implement proper access control. Don't let users access things they shouldn't. Use role-based access control, or RBAC, to keep sensitive data locked away from prying eyes. Don't trust user input to decide what they can or can't see. Tip number 9. Log smart, not sensitive. Logging is great for debugging, but don't log passwords, credit card numbers, or personal information. Keep your logs clean and helpful, and secure them so only the right people can see them. Here is a logging example with Python. And this one is with JavaScript. Tip number 10. Test like a hacker. Think like a troublemaker when testing your app. Try to break it. Use tools like OWASP Zap, Set Attack Proxy, or Burp Suite to scan for vulnerabilities. The more you practice breaking it, the harder it will be for others to succeed. Tip number 11. Set secure cookies. Cookies are powerful, but dangerous if left unsecured. Always set the HTTP only and secure flags. This keeps cookies safe from JavaScript-based attacks and ensures they only travel over HTTPS. Here is a Node.js example with Express on how to set secure cookie. And this one is a PHP example on how to set a secure cookie. Tip number 12. Limit file uploads. File uploads can open Pandora's box if you are not careful. Validate file types, scan for malware, and store uploaded files outside your web root. Don't let anyone upload exe files unless you are running a download service for hackers. Tip number 13. CSP is your security helmet. Content Security Policy, or CSP, is like putting guardrails on your web app. It limits where scripts can run and what content your app can load. It's a great way to fight XSS attacks. Here is how to use CSP in an HTML page. And this one is how to use Content Security Policy with Express. Tip number 14. Rate limit everything. Don't let bots spam your forms or brute force your logins. Add rate limiting to slow down repetitive actions. Think of it as a speed bump for malicious traffic. Here is how to use Express rate limit in Node.js. And if you are working with Nginx, here is how to use rate limiting. Add the following code to your Nginx configuration. Tip number 15. Have a plan when things go south. No matter how secure you think you are, breaches can still happen. Be ready, have a response plan, and know how to inform users and patch vulnerabilities quickly. Being proactive is half the battle. So to sum it up, security isn't just a box to check, it's a mindset. Follow these steps and you will be way ahead in the game. Your web app will thank you and your users will too. Until next time, keep building and stay secure. If you are excited about diving deeper into the world of modern software engineering from architecture to cloud and security, check out my video courses where I explore these concepts further and tackle real-world challenges. The link to the courses is in the video description below. See you next time.